Hello, my name is Alex, but I'm also known as Chibiyuto, and welcome to another video review of Clamp's Doujinshis. In this video, I'll be doing the review of Doujinshi number 15. It's a doujinshi about break shot. Clamp's version is called Break Shot Instruction, and Break Shot is a manga by manga artist Takeshi Maekawa. It ran in Weekly Shonen magazine, as you know, is the same magazine of Tsubasa. It ran from 1987 until 1990 for a total of 16 volumes. So from what I could gather, there was no other media adaptation. So there is no anime, there is no OVA or any other sort of adaptation. It seems to me that the manga was the only thing that there ever was. But even so, it was enough for Clem to like it enough to make a doujinshi about it. So there's not much to it except the fact that it is about billiard, as you can see here in the cover. This was released on April 19 of 1989, so shortly after Clem debuted as a professional manga artist. And it's a fairly thin doujinshi. However, there is contribution for each of the 7 members that were part of Clamp at the time. It is much less elaborated than the shonen series, so there are no color pages, there are no fancy covers or extras. Clamp as a group were really putting all their efforts on their original doujinshis from this point forward. So without any further ado, let's go to the review. Here we are. So this is the front cover and this is the back cover. Pretty sure the illustration of both front and back cover was drawn by Lisa Say. They don't give any credits, but judging by the last story in this book, which was drawn by Lisa Say, the style looks very similar. Here we have the title, Break Shot Instruction. In Clamp it's actually a subtitle, although it is also written here in katakana. The known title is only Break Shot Instruction. This is the book spine, so there's no detail because it's a very thin book. It's a very short doujinshi. It is not the shortest doujinshi they have released yet. This one remains being the Karura Matsuri one, but this one has 58 pages. It's still very short. So it's also a fairly simple book. It's not very complex in terms of book design and formatting. Here we have the opening page. We have a wedding of the 2 characters that they are portraying also on the cover. And even though here says Clamp Book Part 14, this is actually the doujinshi number 15, so it's a mistake. And this is something that they have been doing for a while now. They have been mixing up the release numbers. I don't know why, but this is number 15 for sure. Then we have the index. So each member was in charge for one story. Actually, no, we have several. We have Nikoi, for example. She drew 3 stories. But you have at least one story for each member. So the first one is by Nikoi. Actually, the first 2 ones. So the first story is by Nikoi. It's really short. Actually, the first 3 stories, they're only 1 page long. So first you have one by Nikoi, the second one also by Nikoi, and then you have a third one by Tamayo Akiyama, and they're all 1 page stories and they all seem like gag comics. Then we have the first quote-unquote long story by Lisa Say. It spans for a few pages. And it ends here. Then we have one by Sei Nanao. It ends here. Then we have the third story by Mik Nikoi. The style is definitely more SD-like, or you have some mascots. Really looks like Nikoi style. And it ends here. Then we have one by our goddess Mokona Papa. You really can tell that that's her. It's quite longish as well. It ends here. Then we have a novel by Satsuki Igarashi called One Day. Now, there are some illustrations that appear in the novel that, while they could be by Satsuki, they could also be by another member. Again, they don't mention that, they don't give the credits for the illustrations. I would say the style looks kind of like Tamayo Akiyama, but I'm not sure. It could well be Satsuki Igarashi. Since we don't know how her style looks like, it's really hard to be sure of that. It ends here. Then we have one by Nanase Okawa called Rain, and it's actually a novel. Again, the illustrations might be by Okawa or might be by some other member. The style resembles the same style that we've seen in previous stories by Okawa. So it could be her drawing style, but we don't know that. I want to think yes, but I don't want to be too confident over that because I'm not sure. Then the section about the news about Clump. So here they're saying what's happening in the Clamp world. The staff page. Now, we didn't have that in the previous volume, but they added it for this one. So we have the 7 members at a time, each one of them picking a different character, and some comments from each member. Here they have some kind of report or diary of some sort, and I couldn't really understand, but there's 2 parts. So one taking place on March 25, which is the release date of the previous volume, Rigveda Masterpieces, and here I am assuming they are telling about how it was at Comiket Market, selling the doujinshis and handling all the readers that were buying. And then there is one report that takes place on the next day, on the following day, March 26, and they are all dressed up. I don't know why, but and from what I could get, I'm not sure this is right, but it seems like they were saying that it was probably their first event where they were only 7, and although here they were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, only 6, yeah. But here you have all the 7 members at the bottom, and I guess they were saying how hard it was for them to handle that. They were used to have more people helping them, helping themselves, like helping each other at the events, but this is no longer possible because some members had left. Here at the corner you have the schedule, so they were telling about their releases so far. Here there's a free talk I don't know what they're saying, but the illustration sure looks nice. And here, I don't know that either, what exactly this is. Yeah, it says here free drink, no, free drink, free food. Okay, so maybe it was an event, I'm not sure, because there's like some date and time and this place called New York. Yeah, I don't know if this was an actual event. Then there's this note or sort of statement here. I also don't know what it says. Oh, I think it's some more practical information about the event. So I guess it really was an event. But I never heard about this event before because it was pre-Clamp as a professional mangaka artist group. So I never heard of it. Then we have the final story by, yeah, you guessed it right, Lisa Say. She's a drawing machine, or at least she was at the time. So it's the final story, I'm in Blue, and also the longest. Apologies for the dogs barking. And we're reaching the end. And here's the end. So there's nothing else. It's, like I said, it's a pretty short book and fairly simple in regards to book design as well. But even so, I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and I would just like to address one issue. So during the recording, I mentioned the fact that there was a mistake in the opening page. It says Clamp Book 14, but I just noticed here that on the back cover it says Clamp Book number 15. It's really difficult to see. I won't even try to show you, but especially because there's a green background that it's really difficult to see, but trust me, it says Clamp Book number 15. So the mistake was only here on the opening page. Thank you very much for watching this video or any other video from this series. In case you don't know, I have a website about Clamp. The address is chibiyuto.com. Please go there, participate, leave your comment, interact, and see you next time. Bye.